Today, we're going to do a forensic breakdown of one of the most common and, frankly, most effective traps on the internet, the browser hijacking scam. We're going to map out the maze, understand how it's built, and most importantly, I'm going to show you the direct path to escape. Okay, let's dive right in.
You know, this right here is the whole philosophy behind this scam. This isn't a battle of sophisticated malware versus your antivirus. Nope. This is a battle for your perception. It's a con game where the scammer's biggest weapon is making you believe you're helpless. They don't need to break into your computer if they can just trick you into opening the front door and handing them the keys.
So to see how they pull that off, we're going to walk through these 5 parts. First, we'll experience the digital prison from the victim's point of view. Then, we'll dissect the anatomy of the hijack. We'll get into the psychological weapons they use, and then cover the system-level escape. And finally, we'll arm you with a protective mantra to make this whole defense feel like second nature.
So let's start with the moment it all goes down. You click a link, maybe from a sketchy search result. You're looking for tech support or something simple. And bam! Your screen is just chaos. Your browser window explodes to fill the whole display, hiding your desktop, your icons, everything. Sirens start blaring out of your speakers. Alarms are flashing. You feel completely trapped, locked out of your own computer. This isn't a glitch. This is a carefully engineered attack designed to send you into a panic.
What you're experiencing is called UI hijacking. UI, stands for user interface, the screen you're looking at. And the key words to focus on here are manufactured helplessness. The threat is not a virus that's taken over your machine. The threat is just a script, some code running on a single website that's brilliantly designed to look and sound like your entire computer is melting down. It's an incredibly powerful illusion, but an illusion nonetheless.
The second that sensory overload hits, the sirens, the flashing lights, something real happens inside your brain. It triggers a state of high arousal panic, which basically flips a biological switch. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles logic and rational thought, it pretty much goes offline. You're in fight or flight mode. And in that state, you are ready to make rash, impulsive decisions, which is exactly what the scammer is counting on.
Okay, now let's pull back the curtain. We're going to move from the feeling of panic to the actual forensics of the attack. We're going to deconstruct what I call the panic-extraction machine. See, this isn't random chaos. It's a methodical, step-by-step process. We're going to break down their playbook piece by piece.
The entire operation follows these 6 stages. It starts with SEO poisoning, which is just a fancy way of saying they trick search engines to get their malicious page to the top of the results. You click it, and boom, they hit you with a full-screen hijack. Then comes the sensory siege to ramp up the panic, and a JavaScript loop to make sure you can't escape. This is all designed to funnel you toward one thing, the extraction call. And if they succeed there, the final step is often a backdoor install so they can get in later.
Now, that full-screen hijack, it's technically so simple, but psychologically it's a knockout blow. The scam website uses a totally standard web feature called the Request Full Screen API. It's the same thing Netflix or YouTube uses when you click the full screen button. But here, it's weaponized. It's used to hide all your familiar landmarks, your desktop, your taskbar, the URL bar. By erasing your surroundings, it creates this powerful illusion that this isn't just a website problem, it's a full-blown system failure.
And this, right here, this is the crucial moment. The entire scam hinges on your brain failing to ask this one simple question. You see a scary warning, you hear an alarm, and you instinctively think it's Windows or your Mac talking to you. You misattribute the source of the danger, and in that one split second, the scammer gains psychological control.
And they hammer this home with what we call the sensory siege. Those high-frequency sirens aren't random. They're picked because they sound like emergency vehicles, triggering a deep sense of danger. The flashing red lights grab your attention, the looping sounds make it impossible to think straight, and all that technical jargon, the fake error codes, that's there to make the problem feel way too complex for you to solve on your own. This is the psychological choke point. That feeling that if you don't do something right now, your computer is toast.
And here's how they keep you from getting away. A really simple but relentless JavaScript loop throws an endless stream of pop-up alerts at you. You close one, and another one appears instantly. Your mouse is basically useless for getting away. The escape key does nothing. The page has built a digital prison, and it has painted one very large, glowing exit sign, that toll-free number right there on the screen.
So, we've seen what they do, now let's get into the why. Why does this work so unbelievably well? This isn't just about code, it's a clever manipulation of cognitive biases that we all have.
This slide lays out the core deception perfectly. A real system message comes from your operating system, Windows or Mac OS. It has high authority. You should probably investigate it. A website element, though? It comes from a web page script. It has zero authority over your computer. It can't scan your files. It has no power. The right move is always to just dismiss it. The whole scam is about making something with zero authority look exactly like something with high authority.
And they do this by tapping into something called authority bias. We're just hardwired to trust symbols of authority. When that pop-up flashes a Microsoft or an Apple logo, a fast-thinking part of your brain just takes over. It doesn't stop to ask, wait, is this real? It sees the logo and assumes the message is credible. It's a powerful shortcut that completely bypasses your rational mind.
So, you're overwhelmed, you're convinced the threat is real, and you call the number. And here's where the manipulation flips. The attack pivots from an automated digital trap to a direct one-on-one human con. A calm, helpful-sounding technician answers. They'll use more tech jargon, confirm all your fears. Oh yes, we're seeing terrible alerts from your computer. And then they deliver the final punch. They need you to grant them remote access so they can fix the problem.
All right, we've seen the trap. We understand the psychology behind it. Now let's talk about the escape. This section is your defense protocol. It's a calm, clear, and absolutely foolproof set of instructions to break out of this maze every single time.
The first rule, and honestly the most important one, is to recognize the fundamental lie that this whole scam is built on. If you can just internalize this one single truth, the entire illusion just shatters. And this is that truth. Let this really sink in. A web page running inside the secure sandbox of your browser does not have permission and does not have the ability to scan your computer for viruses. It is technically impossible. So, if a warning about your computer's health appears inside your web browser, it is always, 100% of the time, a lie.
Okay, once you've recognized the lie, the next step is to take back control. The scam makes you feel helpless with your mouse because clicking does nothing. So you have to abandon the mouse. You need to seize authority with your keyboard. You're going to go over the browser's head and talk directly to the operating system itself.
And here's the exact protocol. Step 1. Completely ignore everything you see on the screen. The text, the warnings, the phone number, it's all just noise to keep you panicked. Step 2, press the master command. That's Control-Alt-Delete on Windows or Command-Option-Escape on a Mac. A website cannot block this command. It tells your computer, hey, I'm in charge now. That opens the Task Manager or Force Quit menu. From there, you just find your browser, Chrome, Firefox, Edge, whatever, select it and click End Task or Force Quit. And just like that, the entire digital prison vanishes.
Now, after you force quit, there are a few very important cleanup steps. Think of it as a session audit. First, it's a good idea to clear your browser's recent cache and history. But more importantly, when you restart your browser, it's probably going to ask if you want to restore your previous session. You have to click No. If you restore the session, you'll just reload the malicious page and you're right back in the trap. And of course, the golden rule, never, ever, ever call a support number that appears in a pop-up.
We have walked through the entire maze, from that initial moment of panic all the way to the final escape. So to wrap this up, we're going to distill this whole defense plan into a single, powerful, and easy-to-remember takeaway, a protective mantra you can use to armor yourself against this threat.
This is it. This is the phrase to repeat to yourself. I kill the task, I don't call the number. A web page is not a virus. It contains the diagnosis, it's just a web page, not a virus, and it contains the prescription. Kill the task, don't call the number. It's your shield. It reminds you what's real and what you need to do.
So in the end, the key takeaway is this. The browser hijacking system is built entirely on an illusion. The sirens, the warnings, the lock screen, it's all digital smoke and mirrors, just designed to get a panicked reaction out of you. The noise isn't a symptom of a threat, the noise is the threat. The moment you see an alert designed to scare you, you've already found the real enemy. And now you know exactly how to defeat it.